Welcome back. Well, first things first, I'm definitely going for strikerless going forward. I'll tell you why shortly, but it's been fairly eventful over the last. I've learned a lot about this team and the staff here. Incredible. So, unfortunate, really, for the manager to get sacked off the back of these two results, but we joined here where we had to put our formation in with which we thought would suit the team, which I didn't really like too much. But we've got results here. We were 20th place when I took over, predicted third. So it was I would say, a pretty easy job to get up the league a bit further. So first game 2-1, we won. This game was unfortunate, this one here, because I put a new skin on, which I'll show you. I love it, absolutely love it, and I'll explain why. And I've got a separate video about the skin in more detail. I changed something at the stage where we're at talking to the team in the changing room, and then I couldn't see the match. I just saw the changing room for the rest of the match. So I went on text only highlights, and I lost 3-2. So that was really unfortunate. But I sort of rebooted the game again, started all again, and then I got my match highlights back. So we've had some good results. 2-0 win there against Fano. Really good, solid game, playing a slightly different formation. I fit this formation around, it was a bit of a weird one. I fit it around, I'll show you quickly. I fit it around what we had. I've never played that sort of formation before. I had two Valentes, which really interesting, actually. I'm going to do a video on how Anchorman and Valentes play together. That was really, really useful. So I played that for a few games. This is really built around the players and not so much the system that I want to play, which is that slightly a variation of. So we won 2-0. This one here, we were winning and we let in a last-minute goal to draw, which unfortunately got tired at the end. This one was a bore draw. It was absolutely awful. I think there was one highlight all the way through. And then incredible game here. So I started with the 3-2-1-3, the tactic that you just seen there. I started with that. 2-0 down. 30 minutes, we were absolutely being battered. We'd not got one highlight. They were absolutely peppering our goal. And I thought, okay, now's the time. I'm going to switch to strikerless. And this was fantastic. We've got some great finishes here. So if I show you the goals that brought us back into the game, and the reason I want to show you the goals is because this is how strikerless plays, and this is what I want to show you. So this is the one we went one down. We were absolutely getting battered at this point. And I've noticed we're fairly bad from set pieces, so I've done something about that in the training. So this is where we came back here. This was back to strikerless. And if you notice there, we have a line of 4 along there, and balls get played through a lot, which I mentioned on the last video. You can see this more on the next. Okay, so you can see we've not got a main strike here. We've got a line of 4 and then a wing back attacking. So these guys hang. Now what I like about this tactic is that it draws the back 4 out, and then the midfield here, this block of midfield players, we kind of got a lot of players in between those. And this is what I love about strikerless. A lot of players in between those. And as I said on the last video, we'll be playing balls through here, through here, through here all day long. And this is where most of the goals come from. So there's a ball through there. Now, if you notice that the defender is naturally facing towards our goal, and our striker has already turned and facing towards their goal. So literally every single goal I see in this tactic, and most strikerless tactics, will be when the ball's played through, we've got 2 or 3 yards ahead and a free shot on goal. Because we're so close to the 18-yard box, it's a no-brainer. In it goes. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Soft goal there. But then again, we've got these dragged out here. Very difficult for them to mark. There's certainly not man marking here or here or here. So there's only one guy being man marked here. Again, we've drawn them out of their comfort zone, and this midfield here is absolutely pointless exercise. So we've literally wiped out all of these. And this is what the strikerless system does. If we talk about the Mazzala hitting these areas here, we talk about the strikerless. hitting this area in the middle between the defence and the attack. And I've played strikerless for a long time now, and I've seen this happen a lot. Ball through, again, right in the corner. Nice finish. Unusual one from a corner, although I've got good corner technique. And that was it, 4-3. Really enjoyed that one. So that was the last game. Unfortunately, I've really picked a couple of games that would that's a bit kill or cure. This team are in second place here. We play them away, and then we play Inter away in the cup, Italian Cup first round. So it's a bit of a batter. So we might get battered because we are playing our new tactic. Now, normal tactics here, but this is our top striker. So I'm actually playing him there in a deep line forward attack role. He can play various, but I'm going to play him in a deep line forward attack role. Normally, I'll play advanced playmakers on each side and a shadow striker. The three best players I've got in the team, from what I've seen, are three attacking players, which is Monticello, Talisi, and Luppi. They're the three best players by a long way. They're head and shoulders above the rest in terms of game time. So I mentioned before, I've got a new skin, and it's from a guy called Sebastian Start TR. I will put a link in the description below. I love this skin so much. There's a whole piece on the skin. I've done a whole video on the skin and why I've chosen it. But if you just look at, that's my top player actually. He's now my top player. He was my top player. Okay, that's interesting. So this, again, it's explained more in the video, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but we all get obsessed with numbers down here. We've got numbers all the way through, and if you go to a scouting screen, you look at player search, you've got a massive numbers all over the place. It's just, you work with numbers and you work with stars. But what this does is it actually brings it all down to stars. So I've set my attributes up in here, preferences, colors, and again, I go through this in more detail on the video. Custom skin colors. I've set up some thresholds here, and normally when I drop down the leagues, I'll drop these down a bit. So excellent shows lower. When I go up the leagues, I drop them a bit higher. So this shows me at a view, without getting too obsessed with all the numbers in here, all the way down, that this guy's good at dribbling, excellent at dribbling, good first touch, good long shots, good passing, good penalty taking, great technique, etc., etc. Now, that's great looking at it on your best player. Look at it on this guy here, which is interesting. He's dead physically. He's pretty good mentally, but he's very good technically. This guy here is a great example of somebody who will probably never make it in my team. And if this was full of numbers and colours together, and by the way, when you highlight something like this, it then puts shading over. So very complex. A view, you can see exactly what they're good at. So please have a look at that video. It goes through a bit more detail on it. It also goes through the staff. The staff have stars rather than attributes now. So please have a look at that. We've got the youth intake through, youth intake information through. It doesn't look great, I have to say. We've not got the youth intake through yet, but just the pre-information that you get a few months before. It's lean, and although we've got a very good youth setup, it's not great. The head of youth development's good. Everything's great, not a problem, but I don't know why. But we've got bigger problems with that at the minute because we've got issues with the staff. We have 11 staff that are coming to the end of their contract, and I've just been through them all, including the director of football, which is a key role for me. They're all going. They're not good enough. They're absolutely not good enough. So I'm quite excited. I've tried to bring more staff in. I couldn't because essentially I said within the interview that I'm happy to work with the staff that they've got, and there's no further additions. I didn't realise, even though I've been playing this game since Championship Manager First Edition, that meant that I couldn't bring any more staff in. So he's not letting me bring any more staff in. I've signed 2 players. Unfortunately, I didn't read the rules of the league. So we have these players that the previous manager brought in. I've sent a few of these out. The previous manager also sent some out. But I've signed these 2 guys, and I've only just registered them literally for this game. So this guy here is a goalkeeper. He's actually better than my goalkeeper that I've got here, which I thought was a weak position. And I only had 1 player at left wing back. which is this position here, which meant that I had to change that tactic because he was injured, and I literally had no left wing backs, and that forced me into changing that tactic to the very strange one. I put this guy in. Yes, I know he's 31. I know. But essentially, his stats are still pretty good. His physicals are still pretty good. And he's coming in as the top player. But it gives us a bit of cover there. So the transfer window's just opened. I'm looking at raiding the transfer market a bit more. We've not got a lot. We've got a little bit of wage budget, a little bit of transfer budget, but we have got some players going out. If I go to the scouts here, you can see with the star system we've got in place, and anything over 11 is an orange. Anything over 14 is a green. You can see the state of the people that are responsible for bringing the players in on the recruitment side is not good. So it's the same on the coaching side. It's a real mess in the back room. We need to do something about that, and I'll be doing something about that over the next year. So just a quick one, because it's a journeyman save and I've started as a Sunday League footballer. If we go into the profile here, you can see me. You can see I'm still 5%. You can see 70% tactical consistency. I've already played 2 in about 5 games, which I don't really understand. We are weak. Now, a quick one for this, to get this star rating up and to get this reputation up, which essentially is linked, these two, and also to get your attributes up better in your coaching attributes. You keep going back to this screen probably once a month and checking my profile, start a coaching course. It doesn't always appear. Often it says my profile, retire and go on holiday. But if you keep going back to it, you see start a coaching course and the board will let you know. Now, most of the time, if you are in a reasonable state financially, they will allow you on a coaching course. I've only really seen this stop it when you're in a poor club and you've asked for something over and above their star rating. And I've actually had a message come back saying, we're not sending you on this coaching course because we don't want to lose you and we don't want other people to poach you. So each coaching course will give you an extra 5%. 5%. And then when you win leagues and cups and do well, you get 5%. And I've gone up to 65% in 4 seasons, something like that, which makes you sort of 2.5, nearly 3 star. You're able then to attract some really, really nice clubs, although I am punching above my weight with this club at the minute because they allowed me to join when I wasn't really experienced. So we've got 2 games to show you today, the Arezzo in second place and Inter Milan. I do not know why I'm showing you these games because we're probably going to lose them both. So this is what we're going for. We're going for Avalanche, which is one of my tactics that I've already brought into the game, which was originally this with 2 shadow strikers, but because with this Monticello's one of our best players and he cannot play in that position, I'm just playing him in a deep line forward or false 9 position to sort of come back and join. That will work. My halfback will drop in here as my wing backs are bombing forward. I've got an AP on this side because it suits him, and he hopefully will play the shadow striker in, and the inverted winger will come and join in here and probably be more forward than Monticello with on deep line forward. I always love a playmaker of some sort, either here or here. Either way, it doesn't matter too much. It's interchangeable. And like I mentioned in the last video, sometimes I swap this to inverted wing back. So with this wing back role, they'll be bombing up and down here. With inverted wing back, they'll support the midfield. And that depends on how you're going in game, really. So the tactical familiarity is okay because I've been training it. So as I was playing these weird tactics, I loaded these 2 tactics that I want to play going forward. Dressing room. Now, before I was making sort of statements and they weren't really listening, but we'll go. Okay, so this is always a good one when you've lost. So 3 motivated. Now I'm going to go over and above like I do last time. I have faith in you. Always say that. I have faith in you. Always say that. That's been actually really weird because it's been giving me some good results over the last couple of games. Monticello, Lupi. Oof. That was so close. That was close. Monticello and Lupi, again, 2 of the key players that I mentioned before. So I've had 3 at the back in the strange formation because I had no wing backs, but I've now got back to flat back 4. So this formation is actually pretty solid. Although it looks like it's weak in midfield. You can see there's 4 in midfield here. And I will keep breaking and pausing so you can see that even with a player here and a player here and lots of space either side, when you look at the tactics screen, just here, it looks really, really, really weak down these areas. It's really not. It's really not. And again, when you're attacking it, because even with no forwards, these guys, okay, we're a bit deeper, but these guys are lost. The defenders and the midfielders are lost. Easy. Absolutely easy. I will put replays on for this. We won't see the replay on this one, but those balls through. The defenders are lost on this strikerless system. It's incredible. And we're beating, the team that are in the top 4. Do get back very quick. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 players there quite close to the 18-yard box. And that's off a counter-attack. So I'm absolutely delighted with that. And we are holding our own, definitely. Okay, so here's a great example here. The line we've got here. It's almost like you've got 3 strikers in there and another one here ready to come in. And then they drop. So they go from being in this line to drop into this middle section. So really, none of them ever get tight marked. I hardly see anybody get tight marked with the strikerless like this. And if I mentioned before, look at the back 4 and look at the midfield 4 and look where we are. We're directly between them. We're not being marked by either, really. There's lots of, we could play the ball into any one of these and they've got space. And that's the ball that you see a lot. That's a bad miss, but that's a ball that you see a lot. A ball behind the defender. The defender's facing the wrong way. His first option is to turn. He needs to turn first. And then you're already away. Your attacking midfielders, essentially, shadow strikers, are already away. Okay, so here, we are in the shape, 2 there, but you've got these 3 back here, and these 3 back are covering. This is a bit unusual because we've got this player here, which would normally be back with these guys because we've got him as a deep line forward. But essentially, when we're in this position, he's joined, he's put him through and goal. And you can see every single goal that we get is a through ball like that. It's just absolutely incredible. And our people in yellow are going crazy in the stands. We are weak from kind of set pieces. I think we've got weak defensive heading. That's the only problem with us, I think. But attacking wise, I think this is a system I'm going to stay with now. And I'm going to try and buy some players to fit into that system. Beautiful ball play again. Advanced play. Oh, hit the post. But we absolutely tear them apart. Absolutely tear them apart. We've got lots and lots of room. We're not too aggressive. Oh, look at that for a ball. That was an amazing ball. Flick him. Oh, it's a little bit more quality there. Flick it over. But if we look, we are 70 minutes in, and look at the we are not tired. We are not tired. I've got really good discipline record. I always ease people off tackles if they've got yellow cards. Now, we're not playing with strikers, but look, we've got so many men forward in those positions where you could score. Another ball through, straight through, exactly as predicted, straight through 2 central defenders, running onto the ball. They cannot catch up because we're too close to the goal. It's 1-on-1. There's so many 1-on-1s on this. It's incredible, and we're winning 3-1. And now I can't wait to play Inter. Beautiful football. Simple passing. No long crossers, just passing. Great ball out to the left to the wing back. And so many people lining up there. Look at that. 4 players lining up there in the middle. He's flying. Flying. 14 shots at goal. 7 on target, 15 and 7. That's the stats. Again, I'm not a big fan of XG. I'm a bit old school. Great tackle. Not even on hard tackling either. Look at him break. They're going to come back, build again. Unlucky. But they get back quickly as well in this formation. They really do get back quickly. And a long shot. There's nothing. These are a top side. And we're a bottom side. So we've absolutely battered them. I think I'm going to leave this tired player on. I think we're playing well enough and we're so close to the end. We've absolutely battered these. Absolutely battered them. But if you're worried about playing with no strikers, you see how many men we've got forward here. It's crazy. It's so exciting. It's like playing 4 up front. But with some solid stuff in the back as well. That's another one that should have gone in there. And another attack. They've been absolutely battered out. We could do this to Inter. It's a nice mix of play and wing play as well. I love it. This tactic is good because it's got a good corner tactic as well, which you get if you've got a good guy on the front post. It's a really good tactic. That was immense. I love that. 16 shots at goal, 7 on target. XG for those who love it, 2.4. Passes completed, 91%. We absolutely battered them in their backyard. Loved it. So that puts us 13th, and we're getting closer to being in the mix. So 2 changes from the last game for this Inter game. Preziosi comes in for Gurley, who's just got a suspension. Visconti, who's my new wing back, experienced, comes in on the left wing back position. Everyone else as is. Really enjoyed that last game. Let's see if we can. This, by the way, it's 5 substitutes from 12, which is heavenly. When you play in the English leagues, it's an absolute nightmare. Okay, let's show everybody what we've got. And then we'll try the make a difference. Makes no difference, but it will. Oh my God, look at the pitch. Look at the stadium. We're going to get battered here, but I'm happy with the last result. And if we can give ourselves a good account, it would be good here. But I love that pitch. This is the realistic pitch patch, which has gone one down. Which is on the Sports Interactive forums. I think it's one of the forums. Realistic pitches. You can even see when they kick the ball, it kicks up a bit of mud, which is really, really good. Oh, we're getting battered 4 minutes in it with 2-0. Lukaku, just that player that nobody knows, random player. Hang on. Lukaku, put your arm down. Ha! There you go. Coming back now, aren't you, buddy? Right, so we're only 1-0 down. It's not a disaster. Although I'm going to go cautious on this. We're going to counter-attack. Cautious now is the old counter for the people that are old enough to know the older versions of the game. But I really don't have that much hope here. They are way in advance of our class. We are little and they are Waitrose. There you go, 2-0. This could be a battering. I might actually cut this out, the edit actually, just show you the one game that was fantastic. But it's nice to see where we are with our chosen system against the big boys, where we need to be. That's good for me. We've got an injury, great. So we've got a little bit of cover. It's not too bad. We've had one shot. we've had one shot, everyone, and we missed it. It was that. Oh, look at that stadium. Oh, my God. I love looking at the stadiums in FM21. Absolutely love it. I'm pleased with how things are going. Okay. I don't think they played as well. Why is he demotivated? They didn't have one shot on goal. So, come on. He's fired up. What's this guy? Yes. Let's go. We definitely don't want to get away sent off. Oof. Yep, this is another game. In fact, it's one of those where you go to the hairdresser and you say, well, not me because I'm shaved, but 3 now. There's Lukaku. He's going to get sent off. He's already on a yellow. I think, mark my words, he'll get sent off. This is the sort of thing where you talk about something random like, were you going on holiday this year? Oh, yeah, nowhere because it's COVID. Yeah, okay. Well, where would you like to go on holiday? Well, I wouldn't like to go to Milan for a start. I wouldn't want to avoid that. But I quite fancy the US, although I don't want to manage in the US with Football Manager because the rules are so strange and we're now 4-0 down and getting battered. Oh, hang on. The Lukaku VAR is coming in and it's been disallowed again, even though it wasn't Lukaku. But I still want him to get sent off because that would be joyous for me. We've only had 2 shots on goal. We are completely out of depth here. There's no point in changing tactics. We have nothing against these. I know the team. I know the skills. We are literally Vanarama North against these. But it's good experience. And the pitch. Well, I'll blame the pitch. I can blame the pitch, look. If it would have been a good pitch, we'd have been okay. We'd have won 5-0. But look, that's the ice that's caused that goal. Ice. The benefit is we've not got a cup run, so we're not going to get extra injuries. I don't care. Look how depressed I am there on the touchline. Oh, my God. I wouldn't be depressed, actually, knowing who we were playing. I love that stadium, by the way. Knowing who we were playing, I'd be sliding up and down here on the ice. So I want to manage here just so I can look at the stadium. I'd miss the game. I'd just be looking at the stadium. Okay, so that's it. 1 win, 1 loss. I was expecting 2 losses, to be honest. So I'm delighted at that. We're going to probably come back for. Let's come back for. We'll come back around here. End of the transfer window would have finished. Somewhere in February we'll come back. We might pick a game from Feb and we might jolt forward to here. But essentially, we're okay. We're definitely not going down. We're on the way up. I would hope next time I join you, we're in these positions here. I'll explain the rules when we get a bit close to the end about the strange rules in the playoffs that we seem to have in every single country. Why don't we keep it all consistent and it make Football Manager a lot easier to play? So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, hit a like if you enjoyed the video. Please leave in the comments where you're at the minute. Where are you? Are you in a journeyman save or are you on a particular save where you're staying at one club for a long time? Please let me know. I'm always interested. I always love to see the community and what they do. Let me know what you're doing and where you are and keep in touch. And let me know if you want any further tips or tricks in the game. Thanks for watching.